Alright, let me see what I can do here. Okay. Let's see, what can I do first here? Oh, oh, by the way, hello viewers. Another beautiful day. Hope your five senses work. Health and strength is good or excellent. Listen to this. Pal World is changing several key gameplay systems amid Pokemon Company lawsuit. Says here, Pal World developer Pocket Pair has confirmed that it needs to adjust several of the survival game system as Nintendo lawsuit rolls on. This sounds like jealousy and envy, you know. But anyway, it says here, Pal World, how I miss you, blasting onto the scene in January last year, topping the charts and upsetting parents everywhere. Pocket Pair colossal survival game has been quiet as of late, possibly a result of ongoing legal troubles with Nintendo. Several of Pal World games mechanic has been compared to the Switch maker's classic creature catcher Pokemon, and various models also allege plagiarism from Nintendo games. While the aspect of mechanics of Pal World have already been removed or adjusted in the response to the lawsuit, Pocket Pair has now confirmed that more disappointing changes are on the way. Says here, let me go through this. Says here, Pal World patch version 0.311 released in November last year removed the player's ability to throw Pal spears and summon Pals. Throw Pal spears. So you're trying to tell me? Well, anyway, it says here, likely given the similarities to Pokemon iconic battle system, then patch version 0.5 released on Thursday, May 8 has removed the ability to fly your Pals, replacing them with gliders. While Pal will still provide buffs as you traverse the survival game skies, the glider is now necessary. I'll get to this in a minute. Says here, Pocket Pair has confirmed that both of these changes are as a result of the ongoing lawsuit, presumably owing to their similarity to various Pokemon mechanics. We apologize for not being able to share as much information as we would like, but we trust our fans understand the difficulty it is to be fully transparent while litigation is ongoing. A May 8th X Twitter post thread says here, currently we remain involved in a prolonged legal proceeding regarding the alleged patent infringement. We continue to dispute these claims and assert the invalidity it says here of the pair in question. However, it says here, we have to make certain compromise in order to avoid disruption to the development and distribution of Pal World. These include removal of throwable Pal spears and the new glider mechanics. Says here, as many have speculated, these changes were indeed a result of the ongoing litigation. Everyone here at Pocket Pair was disappointed that this adjustment had to be made, and we fully understand that many players feel the same frustration. Unfortunately, as the alternative, we have lead to an even greater disorientation of the gameplay mechanics for players. It was determined that this change was necessary. Yeah, right. Says here, we understand what this will be disappointing for many, just as it is for us, but we hope our fans understand that these changes are necessary in order to prevent further disruption to the development of Pal World. We also want to extend our apologies to our fans for the discomfort and concern this ongoing litigation has caused. And let's keep going here. It says here, Pal World patch version 0.5.5 is out now, so why not check out our best list for the best Pal mods to make sure your experience to shake up your experience. Alternatively, if you're looking for something new, but with some of that creature catching spirit, we have a rundown of all the best PAL games for PC. Alright, so basically what this case is involved, Nintendo is jealous and envious of, this case is filled with jealousy, envy, and hate of PAL World. And one question people need to ask is this: what is Nintendo's corporation connection with the courts in Japan? I'm gonna say this again. People need to ask this question: what is Nintendo Corporation's connection with the courts in Japan? Why is it every time they walk in a courtroom, every time they always, it seems like they get what they want, what they want in the court? What is their connection to the courts in Japan? So yeah. Anyway, so now let's get down to the other part of this. It says here, okay, PAL World patch version 0.3.11 released in November of last year. Remove players' ability to throw pals and summon pals. So let me get this straight. You remove the spear of to throw a spear is one, but the summon, that's where they're wrong on this. You can't stop any studio from summoning an animal or a creature in their game if they want to. You can't stop them, that's freedom of development. Throwing the pal is one thing, okay, fine. Throwing the pal is like throwing a baseball. So to me, this lawsuit is not adding up. And they say you're throwing spears and then summoning the pals. You can't stop a game developer from summoning a creature, whether it's RPG based, whether it's action adventure based, whether it's what's another one? It's another game I'm talking. Or whether it's like deck building. You can't stop a developer from doing that. So throwing the spear is like throwing a baseball, basically. That's what it is basically. Now, the other part is this. It says likely given the similarities to Pokemon iconic battle system, then the patch version 0.5 released on Thursday, May 8th has removed the ability to fly your pals. Number 3, you can't stop a developer from making a game about any creature, whether it's action based, RPG based, and they want to ride that animal or pet to wherever their destination is. You can't even do that. But my original question that I asked, I'm gonna ask again. What is Nintendo Corporation connection with the courts in Japan? Or here's the other question too. Or are these lawyers, are they afraid of Nintendo, or afraid to check them on these ridiculous on this lawsuit? Because one, you can't stop someone from throwing something in a video game. You can't do that. It'll be like baseball, throwing a baseball. You can't stop someone from like summoning a creature in an adventure game RPG. Can't do that. So this lawsuit makes no sense. Now you're telling people you want them to replace the replace like riding animals or pets with gliders. So tell me something, Nintendo Corporation. How comes you didn't go after Activision Blizzard? How comes? Oh, you don't want that type of headache, huh? No. And this case now is like a Supreme Court case, because basically what Nintendo is doing is trying to stop the creativity and development of video games. See, these Nintendo fans, they love to dish it out, but they can't take it. They love to they like to play the victim status, but they can't take it. All what Nintendo should have done when PAL World came out, to me, I'm gonna be real with you. Pokemon is boring. Pokemon is boring. The last Pokemon game I played was Pokemon Stadium. That was the first one that ever came out when the animals were kind of battling each other. That was the last Pokemon game I played. I never touched Pokemon since. Pokemon is boring because all you do is like you walking around, you're doing all this talking to people, and then you put the animals to fight against each other, right? But then you can't ride the animals, you can't travel, you can't take your Pokemons and fly them all over the place. No, Nintendo tried to play conservative in that part. So what Pal World did was like, okay, we're gonna be like one part World of Warcraft, one part Fortnite, one part what's that? The Division and Call of Duty, like where you open up the crates and see what's in the crate and all that. It's like all those games put together into one. It's like one part World of Warcraft, one part Fortnite, one part Division and Call of Duty, and then add some RPG elements to it. That's what Pal World is. That's what Pal World is. Nintendo got jealous of the idea that that Pal World beat them to it. They were playing conservative. They were holding up Pokemon's growth and development, and that's why that's why Pal World had the success it did, because in Pokemon you can't even fly. You can't even fly all over the place with your animals. You're just stuck on the ground running all over the place. Talk. Okay, battle. That's it. Come on now. This lawsuit makes no sense. But my original question is this. I'm gonna go back and ask this question again. What is Nintendo Corporation's connection to the courts in Japan? And number two, are these lawyers in Japan that's in the court, are they scared of Nintendo, so to speak? That's my question. I'm gonna ask this question here to anybody that see this video. What is Nintendo Corporation connection to the courts in Japan? Or are these lawyers, are these judges that's in the courts, are they intimidated? Are they nervous? Or are they scared of Nintendo? Yeah, I'm the one that's asking this question, so I'm putting it out there. But when I look at this lawsuit makes no sense, because you basically what they're trying to do is it just doesn't apply to Pocket Pair. It applies to other developers too. So if a developer want to come out with a game and they want to take the animal and travel and ride and go all over the place, Nintendo is going to try to stop that. Nintendo is trying to stop great game growth, game development, and game creativity. This whole lawsuit is based off jealousy, envy, and hate of Pal World. That's all this lawsuit comes down to. They really don't even have a case, man. They really don't have a case. You can't stop someone from throwing something in the video games, whether it's a ball, whether it's any kind of object. You can't stop no developer from throwing anything in the video games, and you can't stop developers from summoning an animal or a pet in a video game. Period. That's freedom. That is called freedom of development. They can summon their animals or their monsters or how they see fit. I'm gonna ask this question again though. This whole case is based off jealousy, envy, and hate of Pal World. But I'm gonna ask this question again though. What is Nintendo Corporation's connection with the courts in Japan? And are the lawyers and judges in Japan, are they scared of Nintendo? That's the question people need to ask. So yeah, because every time they go to court with a lawsuit, it seems like they're coming out on top. So I'm like, every time they go to court, and I'm like, wait a minute, something's not right here. So when I saw this, I'm like, okay, you're trying to stop the game growth and creativity of video games, and this lawsuit to me is like a cheap shot, basically. So this is a cheap shot. Nintendo Corporation is jealous, and envious, and they hate Pal World. Okay, yeah, and right after this once this lawsuit is over with, what Nintendo is going to try to do is take some of Pal World's gameplay mechanics and apply it to Pokemon. Watch what I tell you. Anyway, I'm going to leave this video for y'all to enjoy though. Nice talking to you people again. Chris, still Star Wars, Star Trek Flying, for Dark Side. Go. Peace.